From the Mapleview Animal Hospital studios, this is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And we welcome you back to the WHTC Morning News for this Tuesday, June 16th, Tuesday mornings at this time. We have the garden party with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen from DeBruyn Seed on Washington and Elm in Zeeland, and she joins us again today from her offices in the Mr. Butternut building. Good morning, Jan. Hopefully all is well.
Yes, it is. All is well here. It's a great morning to be outside and doing something.
Can we get, no, we can't get Mr. Butternut to go outside to give you guys a break inside.
No.
Yeah, he definitely does not, he's definitely an indoor cat. However, if there are any birds outside the windows, he's very much
very attentive.
Eyes. Yes, yeah. Very attentive to, and wants to play, but doesn't want to go outside to play. So anyway, we can talk about Mr. Butternut all day, but today we'll answer some of your questions if you have them at 395-1450. But Jan, let's do our weekly feature during today's garden party,
okay,
if you don't mind. And that is our award category. Some of the problems that Jan and the staff at DeBruyn Seed have faced over the week. We call it That's Entertainment. But let's talk first about the lawn disease of the week. And it's not the blue thread. It's not the gold thread. It's the red thread. Sounds like a Tom Clancy novel,
It does.
The Hunt for Red Thread.
It's a disease that happens to our lawns around all of a sudden. They have really active growth earlier, and now it kind of slowed down a little bit. That's when we get the red thread. It isn't going to kill your lawn, but it's really interesting. If you do go down there and really look at the lawn, it looks like there's little red threads in the lawn, hence the name. And you can get rid of it. Just give your lawn a good fertilizer application, and that should get rid of it, help grow it out of it, and it will go on its merry way, and we won't see that again.
It's not a fungus, is it?
It is a fungal disease, but it's not that bad of one.
Okay, I'm just kind of wondering whether or not.
Yeah, no fungicides, just fertilizer.
The weed of the week. Let's stay on the grass, shall we? Grass growing when they're not supposed to be, where they're not supposed to be going.
Yeah, you're coming up in the middle of your pachysandra or myrtle, or in the middle of your bushes. You got those long grass things, and they're hard to pull out. There is something, it's called Grass Be Gone. You just spray them. Don't just spray indiscriminately. Make sure it goes on the grass blades. It will kill it, and then you won't see it, and you don't have to pull it out.
Yeah, but you have enough issues trying to pull other things out, like grass in between the cracks of the pavement and other things like that. Any help would certainly go a long ways. We got a tree problem this week with our friends, the maple leaves.
The maple mayhem continues. Everybody is seeing it. The black spots on the leaves. It's anthracnose. It happened back when the tree was budding and we had the cold, wet weather in May. Nothing you can do about it because it already has it, so you can't do a fungicide and have it go away. The tree will drop all the leaves with the black things on it. It will send out a new flush of leaves, so don't worry, the tree won't be bare all summer. But you need to get rid of those leaves underneath there because they have fungal spores on them, so need to be raked up. I know it's not a job we like to do this time of year, but has to be done.
Now, the other problem, I'm going to go along the lines of with this anthracnose issue.
Yeah.
It's similar to some of the other problems that might be cropping up now. You're saying, hey, what's going on here? We've had nice weather and all that. This is actually stemming back from last month, and we're seeing the effects of it now.
Yes, we're a lot of stuff. We're seeing the effects that happened a month ago when it was cold and wet, and we're just now seeing what really happened because the things are trying to grow out of whatever happened. So that's, it. You got to remember back what May was like, and that cold week we had where all the frost and freeze warnings every night. That did it to a lot of plants.
395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with the Master Gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Well, good morning, Jan. I was just wondering if the yard has a fungus on it. Are we going to have to quarantine it for 14 days so nobody can walk on it?
20, yes, at least 24 days, and yes, no one can walk on it. No one can go on it. Yes, I think that's a good idea.
That's a little extreme, I think, for this. Anyway, appreciate the call. Thank you. 395-1450. If you have a legitimate call for the Master Gardener, she'll be happy to answer it. Let's talk about slugs. First of all, the rose slugs.
Yeah, they're really not slugs. They kind of look like green slugs, but what they are, if you look on if your rose bush all of a sudden has all these little holes in the leaves, look on the underside of the leaf and you'll see these little small, look like little green caterpillars chewing away at your leaf. Called a rose slug, but it's really the larvae of the sawfly. And obviously the sawfly was really busy laying eggs this spring. So they are out in abundance. Almost anything can get rid of you. If you don't have a bad infestation, just cut off the leaves that are infected. If you do have one, almost anything will do it. The stuff that you normally spray on your roses will be fine. If you're going to use some of the organic things like neem or insecticidal soap, make sure you get it on the insect itself because that's the only way it's going to kill it. Somebody somewhere told people to use BT on that because BT kills caterpillars. These aren't really caterpillars, so BT has no effect on them. So don't do that, but you can do almost anything else, like the rose and floral, bio advanced rose and floral. Great stuff for it. It will kill these stupid little guys.
Now, what about the real slugs? That seems to be an issue too.
They're a huge issue. You can go out in at night and pick them off for your plants if you like. Remember, they make all the little holes in the middle of your hostas and things. That's really not that much fun. You can put a saucer of beer out there, make sure it's deep enough that they drown in it, and make it level with the lawn or the ground, so they just crawl around and they just go for a swim. You can do that. Stale beer is best. Crushed eggshells out there, not effective. Diatomaceous earth really isn't that effective on them unless you can get a really huge layer of it. Probably the best bet is the slug bait. Just put it around your plants. Make sure you pick the pet safe one. If you're unsure, you can ask us. Because both of them are out there, but the pet safe one works just fine.
We're talking with the Master Gardener, Jan Meeuwsen from DeBruyn Seed on Washington and Elm in downtown Zeeland. It's the Garden Party segment on the WHTC Morning News for this Tuesday, June the 16th. Let's get a reminder about something that needs to be taken care of involving the squash vine borer crawler.
Yes, they are out during the month of June. So if you've ever had the squash vine borer, you'll know if you did because they get in the little stem of your plant and kill it later on. The little crawler, the little bug that lays the egg for that thing, out in June. So you want to spray your melon, pumpkins, cantaloupe, anything like that kind of plant with 7 during the month. I think you can spray it probably twice. I think you can spray it every other week with 7, and I would definitely do that. Kill those crawlers so then you don't have that problem.
And our final award category for this week, our Rodent of the Week, is actually a chance for you to put your sleuthing cap on and be Sherlock Holmes. Just exactly what's in your backyard lawn, moles or other rascally issues.
Yes. And you have to identify what it is to know how to get rid of it. So that's the problem. So if you see holes in the backyard about 2 inches in diameter or so, that's going to be ground squirrels, chipmunks, gophers. They're killed like with poisoned peanuts. If you see small quarter-size holes, well, now that's going to be a shrew or a vole. And again, you can put the poison in the little traps for them. If you see just tunnels or mounds, that's moles. Moles don't do holes up to get up to the ground. They're blind, or basically blind. They can see if it's light or dark, but that's it. So they don't like to come up. So if you see a hole, not a mole. Hey,
that's a good way to put it. It rhymes, yes. See a hole, not a mole.
That's right.
Yeah, because the mole men do not want to, they want to keep they don't want Superman to come around as George Reeves did a few years ago and beat up on the mole men.
Incognito in the ground, yes.
And that's our award category for this week. Next week, we'll have more problems that have cropped up, not with the people at DeBruyn's seat, but the problems that have been presented to them. And Jen will relay those to you on the WHTC Talk of the Town program.